Hello and welcome to Little Champs Learning. In this lesson, we will learn about mixed numbers and how they are related to improper fraction. To begin with, let us first see what are proper fractions and improper fractions. Proper fractions are part of something and they are smaller than 1. For example, we can see a half of a cookie or 1/4 of a pizza. In proper fraction, numerator is always smaller than denominator. But sometimes fractions can be bigger than whole. For example, if you have 3 halves of an apple, like you can see in the picture, 1 half, 2 halves and 3 halves. When we add them, you get 3/2. In this case, the numerator is greater than denominator. We have one whole apple and one extra half of apple. In fractions, if numerator is greater than denominator, it is called as improper fraction. And in this case, we can see 3/2 is equal to 1/2. So this shows the improper fractions can be expressed as mixed numbers too. Let's draw a number line to make it more clear. So this number line is divided from 0 to 5 and we divide the space between each whole number into 5 equal parts and each part shows 1/5 of the whole. If we move on this number line from 0 to the first subdivision we made, it represents 1/5. If we move one more subdivision, it will be 2/5, then 3/5, 4/5 and 5/5. Here we know 5/5 is one whole fraction. If we move in right side one more step, we will reach to 6/5. We have passed one whole on number line. So 6/5 we call this as an improper fraction because the top number is greater than the bottom number. That shows its value is greater than 1. Well, let's see how big it has passed 1. Well, on number line we have gone past 1 with fractional amount 1/5. So 6/5 turns out to be equivalent to 1/5. Now look at this number line to understand the relationship between proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed number. Initially we had 6/5, which we know is an improper fraction, which we obtain by adding a whole fraction 5/5 to 1/5. Then it became an improper fraction, which is 6/5. So one way to think about improper fraction is it is the combination of one or more whole fractions and a proper fraction. So mixed number is nothing but it is the sum of whole number and proper fraction. Back to our apple sum where we saw how 3/2 equals to 1/2. Now let's see in this in fractional form. Well, 1/2 is nothing but 1 plus 1/2. Here we know that plus sign is not given. So plus sign would always be by default. And when you see a mixed fraction like 2 1/3, they mean 2 plus 1/3. Okay, so 1 plus 1/2, let's see this. Here 1 is a whole fraction which will be equal to 2/2. So 2/2 plus 1/2 would be equal to 3/2. Yes, we have found 3/2 equals to 1/2, which is correct for both back and forth. Now let's see one more example. 4 plus 1/5 has 4 whole fractions and which is added to 1/5. Now here the whole fraction would be equal to 5/5. So we shall write it as 4 whole fraction which are 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 plus 5/5 and then the remaining plus 1/5. Since we know multiplication is repeated addition, we can just modify this as 4 times 5/5 plus 1/5 gives us 20/5 plus 1/5 equal to then 21 over 5 would be the final answer. Let's see one more. 2 1 over 3 equals 2 plus 1 over 3. Here 3 over 3 plus 3 over 3 would be 2 wholes. That would be added to 1 over 3. Now again, since multiplication is repeated addition, 2 times 3 over 3 plus 1 times 3. Look at this step. We can modify here too, making it shorter and easier to write because the up method becomes really messy. So instead of writing all those, we can just make this as 2 times the bottom, which is 3, the denominator I wanted to say, plus 1 over the whole over 3 actually. That would give us 2 times 3 gives us 6 plus 1 over 3, and the final answer would be 7 over 3. Using these steps, we can convert any mixed numbers into improper fraction. I hope that is clear. Let's see the last example of mixed number. 6 1 over 7. How to convert this into improper fraction? So 6, and we will multiply 6 by the denominator, which is 7 plus 1 and the whole upon 7. So the answer will come as 42 plus 1 over 7, and the final answer would be 43 over 7. As we know, multiplication is repeated addition, same way division is repeated subtraction. Let's understand this by example. If I have a mixed number 7 over 3, let me subtract a whole fraction which would be 3 over 3. And here I will get, after subtracting, I would get 1 whole and 4 over 3. Now this 4 over 3 again is bigger than the whole fraction. So 1 4 over 3, I shall subtract 1 more whole, which is 3 over 3 from it. Now I have subtracted 2 wholes, so I am writing 2 and 1/3. Now I cannot simplify this further because 1 over 3 is a proper fraction and it is less than the whole fraction. So this tells us how many whole fractions we can subtract from an improper fractions to convert it into a mixed number. Let's see this by division method. As I told, division is repeated subtraction, where we will be dividing the top number with the bottom number. 3 will divide 7 into 2 times, leaving a remainder of 1. The quotient 2 tells us how many whole fractions are present in the given mixed number, whereas the remainder of the fractions tells us what the leftover fraction would be. The remainder will occupy the numerator of the leftover fraction. In this case, remainder is 1, so we will have 1/3 as our leftover fraction. The final answer would be 7 over 3 equals to 2 1/3. Let's do one more example. If I have a mixed number as 7 over 4, I shall divide it by the numerator 17 by 4. If we divide 17 by 4, we get that 17 will go in 4 times, leaving remainder 1. That means whole number part of the fraction would be 4 and the fractional part will be 1/4. That how many fourth will be left over. So 17 over 4 would give us 4 1/4. We know that mixed number are the combination of the proper fraction and the whole number, and they both are added together even though plus sign is not visible in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, kindly like and subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon. See you in the next video.